Hello everyone, doing a quickie update today. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. I've got a woman waiting, which is never a good thing, so going to keep it short here. But Bitcoin just had a lot of action, so certainly want to cover it. We just double topped at the all-time high. The bears were waiting in a trap, and they really pounced on the bulls that seemed to get lethargic. So we've got resistance at 44.69. We topped out here at 44.54 essentially. That's a $15 lower high. We are forming a bearish reversal inverted hammer on the daily time frame. This candlestick is going to close in less than 2 hours, so it is likely that we form a bearish reversal candlestick here. Now, looking at the way things are shaping up, let's first look at the 5-minute time frame. So we had the all-out dump, and we played the bull break here on the way up. I did exit and take some profit here on this pullback, and then was stopped out. What happened here with this stop losses is everybody had their stop loss below 4,400, that psychological level. And a lot of members got triggered out, and their stop loss is triggered $30 to $40 lower than where they put their order. And that's because everybody had their order in the same place. Personally, I was a bit more fortunate because I had my stop loss level a little bit higher. I was looking at this hourly inside bar. So the hourly inside bar made a bear break at 44.25. And I liked that level because that was also the bear break of this higher low pattern on the 5-minute time frame. So we had a little bit of a recovery, higher lows and higher highs. Right here, 44.25 was the level that I was using my stop loss level on. And then I looked at the hourly time frame and affirmed that that was the inside bar. So I put my stop loss level there, and I was stopped out before 4,400. And then a lot of people, unfortunately, were stopped out a lot cheaper. And the bears really pounced on this and drove it down. We had the 5-minute RSI down in the mid to low teens. And we are now beginning to bounce. This is a pretty solid bounce at this point. A sigh of relief for the bulls when we broke this high. We had our low of the dump. We had our high of the bounce at 43.45, higher low, and then this higher high was a good sign. We have a new higher low right now at 43.27, and the bulls would love to break 43.60 to see yet another higher high. The hourly time frame is trying to form confirmation, and we did get confirmation of the bullish reversal hammer. Not really convincing because of that upper wick, but the bounce is playing out is the bottom line. The question is going to be, how will this 4-hour candlestick close? We have an hour and 40 minutes until this closes, and as of right now, this 4-hour candlestick, the bulls have nothing to worry about. It's just the daily time frame that is a bit concerning, but again, with cryptocurrencies, because they're 24/7, that daily time frame, that we have to take that with a grain of salt. Now, these shorter term time frames are certainly relevant, more relevant in my opinion, but who's to say that the candlestick closes at 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. or midnight? So I always take that with a grain of salt with how the shape of the daily candlesticks do form. So if this 4-hour time frame looks healthy, which it does right now, with a solid bullish hammer, and remember that last hammer on the dump that we saw, which was the catapult to higher highs, that's the scenario where everybody's sitting here right now saying, okay, is this the bears forming a double top and about to take over? Or is this the bulls with one last flush and the bulls are going to load up here and rock it up to 4,500? So that remains to be seen. We have to keep looking for small details on the 5-minute time frame for higher lows and higher highs. But this 4-hour candlestick is going to be very telling for me in terms of whether or not the bulls are going to be okay in the short term on this dump. So the 15-minute time frame, we just formed another higher low. And here's our test of 43.60. We'll check right back in before I end this video. Bull MACD cross on the 15-minute time frame. Bulls would be a lot more comfortable with a break of 43.60 here. Ethereum saw the same kind of action. Daily time frame made a nice bull break. We still have resistance up at 344. Lots of correlation with Bitcoin, and look at that dump there. Same kind of dump, same kind of bounce, and it was actually a stronger bounce here where we went from 327 and we went all the way up to 333. $6 bounce. Bulls need to form a higher low and see a higher high for the bounce to continue playing out. Here's the 15-minute time frame with our higher low trying to form. I'm watching the 4-hour time frame for this uptrend line, which the bulls are attempting to defend, both candlesticks here. So that will be interesting to see where we close relative to that level. So support is 327.45. High of the bounce resistance is 333 on the dot, and we'll see how it plays out from here. Bitcoin right now is a bit stronger as Ethereum is still pulling back and at the low of this pullback of this leg, whereas Bitcoin is seeing the bulls attempt to show back up and hit a higher high. Litecoin during all of this daily time frame, healthy consolidation, declining volume after the breakout. 4-hour time frame. Healthy consolidation as well. We saw a bull move, and there was a nice bull move signaled on this hourly time frame where we had a lower high pattern, and it was actually the 15-minute time frame. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place here, but again, I'm in a rush. We got this 15-minute time frame giving a bull signal here. Posted this chart this morning, and we got a bull break, back tested, and bounced off the previous resistance line, now support, and did see some nice upside, but there's that pullback with the Bitcoin dump as well. So everybody's correlated to Bitcoin, and you need to keep that in mind. And there's people here in this space that are saying, you know, Litecoin's the best and Bitcoin stinks and Ethereum's going to the top and everybody else is the worst. And I think that's just such a waste of time. And if you are in any of these other names, you do not want to see Bitcoin dump because you're going to dump with it. The correlation is there, whether you like it or not. So that correlation does break at times, but when fear spikes, you better believe those correlations pick up. So Litecoin pulling back from a really strong bull move due to that correlation, and now we're watching on the 4-hour time frame. Can we form higher lows and higher highs? So must hold support is $50 psychological support, and resistance is $52.20 on Litecoin. So where we stand on Bitcoin, on the verge of a key test. If we break 4360, we're looking up at 4400, and keeping an eye on the volume. This was nice convincing bull volume, increasing bull volume on the 15-minute time frame, low bear volume on the pullback, and bulls would love to see another increase in volume up through this level. So that's where we stand heading into tomorrow. You have to obviously be aware of that double top on Bitcoin. It is a little bit concerning for the bulls. Ethereum, not really liking it in terms of comparison because of where we are currently forming this red candlestick. We did have a bullish reversal doji that did get confirmed, so this hourly time frame will try and form higher lows and higher highs and recover. And Litecoin, still liking Litecoin position because we are still consolidating from that huge breakout, and we are holding $50 psychological support, previous resistance, and we did just get a bull move. So looking for higher lows and higher highs on this 4-hour time frame for Litecoin as well. We have a lot of resistance on Litecoin in the $52 range. We had 4 candlesticks here top out in the $52 range. So that's what we got, and we'll do a better, slower, and more in-depth analysis sometime later this weekend. See you then. Hope you have a great weekend yourself.